All right, I'm here with head coach Hishaam Mayet. Hishaam, obviously you're in the shadows now. You're doing work behind the scenes, and guys are still operating, coming to the gym. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, Hayden. How are you, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking at Leo growing day by day, and obviously that's one of your proud projects that you've been working on. How's things going along with him?
Bro, it's been a super fulfilling, call it 8 months of like lots of growth, lots of like getting to know each other. It's almost like we're in a fucking relationship. Excuse my language, but it's like it really is. You're growing more than just a boxer. We spend a lot of time together outside the gym. I've been trying to mentor him, trying to get him to be a good man, good values, good principles attached to boxing in and out of the ring. And he's growing really nicely, bro. He's sparring some really, really, really top prospects, some of the top prospects in South Africa, some of the top fighters in South Africa, and he's giving them a run, bro. So I'm excited for the future with him. Super excited.
Whenever I go from sort of gym to gym, you always hear like about some sparring wars or sparring rumbles, and his name pops up as like, who's this kid that keeps getting in with all these like top-rated professionals? Have you noticed him handling himself like really well with the elite boxers in South Africa?
Yeah, bro. So it's been pretty interesting watching him deal with different looks, different kinds of fighters. We've been sparring oaks like Shavante, Rourke, Darren, Jesdal, Jason Meddy. We did a few rounds with Tools earlier in the year. Who else is there? We did some rounds with Willem, which was really nice. So getting in with kind of the best in his weight at the moment has been awesome. We're traveling down to Cape Town for his fight. And hopefully after the fight we'll be in a good condition. We'll try to get some rounds with Proza, also maybe with Promnik, which is going to be awesome. There's some really talented guys, and I really want to see what he does against some of the best or the best in the country.
You mentioned going down to Cape Town with him. Obviously, it's the first time you guys will be traveling to take a fight. It's exciting going to Cape Town. It's a new environment, great opportunity for him to grow.
100%, bro. I think getting to fight outside of your hometown or outside of your comfort zone this early in your career is probably, well, I guess we're yet to see, but in my opinion is probably one of the best things you can do, because it really takes you out of your comfort zone. You're familiar with nothing around you. You're in a foreign environment. It's not so much hostile because I guess it's an exhibition, but you're still in a sense out of your comfort zone and you're not where you normally are. And I think having to adjust to that, he's going to have to cut a little bit of weight going into the fight, which is his first time doing that. And I think holistically the experience will benefit him going forward, and hopefully we'll get to travel a lot through our career, and this will be the start of many.
It's also a great trip for you as a coach, because you'll have Boyd Allen there as well, who's obviously everyone knows who Boyd Allen is, and he's coming back to boxing, which is exciting.
Yeah, the grandmaster Boyd Allen. Bro, just being able to be a part of the camp and watch the sparring that's going on here. It's also cool to have some guys coming here for sparring that we're not always traveling. But Boyd's looking super sharp, bro. It's an honor to just be here, working with him, see what's going on, how he works. We've got a really cool dynamic. He's brought myself up, Flox, and Luke, and Shannon's here as well. So having the young kids that he's brought up, helping him through the process has been super awesome. I think the trust that he puts in us, and he listens to us really nicely. And I think the trust that's being shown or that's been put into us has been awesome. I'm really grateful to be a part of it.
Sure. And so another person that's very close to you is obviously Luke Hendricks. It's just been documented, that his licenses, obviously, all licenses have not been renewed for this period of time as the board gets scrapped and reappointed. Unfortunate for him, because he was supposed to be fighting on second side promotions. What are the plans with him now going forward?
So we've reached out to Matt to try get him a fight in Cape Town. I don't know how likely that is. I think it would be a bit short notice, especially for them as like their first card. I don't think putting last minute fights together is going to be ideal. But hopefully we can get something out next year, or towards the end of the year on a Boxing 5 card. That would be really awesome. I also want to take him through to some other gyms, see if there are some other opportunities, some good sparring for him. And hopefully just keep growing. He's really invested himself in the camp. He's been on the trot now for about 4 months, sparring every week, twice a week. You're going to Hotbox, sparring here, going to Hotbox, sparring here. So I think regardless of whether, or irrespective of whether there is a fight happening or not, he's really like embraced being a boxer. He skips now, he hits the bag, he hits pads. Yeah, bro, it's been really awesome just watching him grow and also watching his style grow. I think before he used to move around a lot, sometimes over moving, but I've gotten him to sit a little bit and really start digging into the shots. And he carries crazy power for a 56 kilo guy. And I think, yeah, bro, irrespective of when the career starts or when his first fight comes, when it does come and what comes after is going to be exciting and something special.
Yeah, I told Luke it's the first fight he knocked someone through the ropes. What we're going to expect this time, and obviously he's excited. He wanted to get rolling, but delayed for now, But something good will come of it eventually. Knapp, obviously that's a fight that's going to be making a comeback after a while.
100%.
I saw on Instagram December is the time that he's going to be coming back. What's the work that you've been doing with him, and how's he looking?
So Rourke's looking good, bro. He's starting to get back into training a little bit. We've obviously behind closed doors. We've been doing some work. There's some things that we obviously can't speak about, but yeah, behind closed doors, we're always working. He was here with me yesterday. He came to come. It was actually nice to see him be a spectator for once. He came yesterday. There was a whole bunch of sparring here. Kane was here. Creed was here. Boyd. I forget who else was here. But quite a few guys were here, and Rourke was a spectator, bro. Rourke was watching the sparring, and it's nice to have a guy at world level come into a gym and be able to just see youth and see growth and remember why we do this, I think once you get to an elite level, you almost become kind of fed up with boxing because it's so tedious and repetitive. So coming in here, seeing some new stuff, seeing a new space, just kind of getting out of what you normally see and coming here just to come say what's up. And we had a breakfast afterwards. We chatted about what we're going to be doing and just catching up. And, he's always been an exciting fighter. I have no doubt that he's going to return, or in his return, he'll put on a great performance. And at the end of the day, he's my friend, bro. So I wish the best for him always. And hopefully we get some work in and we show what we've got in the next fight.
Obviously, the promoter will announce in good time when what the fight is, what it is. But it's obviously exciting just to know that there is work in the background that he's coming back.
100%.
What do you think about obviously the previous results? I'd like to talk about that as well, and what going forward is going to be like.
Yeah, bro. I think, listen, the previous result, the last fight rather, I think it was a bit, for lack of a better word, disappointing. Not really disappointing in his performance, but just rather the outcome. I think, he was riding like a super, super great momentum train. It was almost snowballing out of control. We were going to get that Josh Kelly fight in the UK. That fell through, and then got an IBO world title fight, and it didn't go our way. But his head's up, his chin's up, he's working. He's also got some exciting stuff going on in his personal life, which I think is nice because it'll reinvigorate like a little bit of hunger in him. Not that he's ever lost it, but I just think, when priorities change, or rather your purpose changes, it can bring a bit of a spark, which I'm excited for. I think the last opponent was a bit tough, bro. I think there could have been a better approach, but could have, should have, would have, doesn't really cut it. What's happened has happened, and I think moving forward, Rourke's a lot more mature now. He's looked at it and he's tried to analyze and understand why certain things happened, and he's pointed out his own mistakes, which I think is super unique. And to be a world level fighter, you have to be able to identify mistakes you made, even if you win. He's always super. He's his own biggest critic. So I think in this fight he did the same thing. He rewatched, reanalyzed, and understood he made some mistakes, and hopefully we can adjust and come back stronger.
Which I'm sure you will. I mean, I'm looking at Rourke, followed his entire career, and I just see, obviously there's so much talent there, like you can't deny it, and it was just a sad result, and I think coming back now, it's just about making an impact, and that's exactly what he's probably going to do. He's an explosive fighter, fan-friendly, so we look forward to that. Is there anything else, any other, I know that Impo's fighting tomorrow, but I don't know if at the time of this interview it'll be out because there's a catalog of interviews. But
still a lot to go.
But what's your message for him?
So to my brother Shloksi, this is his second EFC fight. I'm super proud of how far he's come, having watched, I've said this in previous interviews, I've watched his whole career. I've been a training partner, I'm now a striking coach, and watching it has been super special, bro. It's so rewarding getting to watch your friend make an impact in a sport where, it's challenging, it's tough, there are hurdles, there are obstacles, and this oak's just he's a guy that gets after it with no excuses. Hard work ethic, strong skill set, really dynamic, and I hope, as I said in the last interview, that he's able to showcase his skills. In the last fight, he really came out outstanding. Flying colours for your first fight, first round stoppage by mauling. I hope he does the same thing tomorrow. We've got a little bit of a different opponent, not as passive, he's a bit aggressive, so I think the fight may churn out a little bit differently, but he's super well prepared. His head's in a good place, and I'm wishing him all the best. Good luck, brother.
All right, and hopefully it's 2-0 by the time of the interview release, and yeah, I mean, you guys are you got a good fight record as well in the gym. Just Hishaam, from your side, obviously we've gone through the athletes there. There's also Jason Meddy, who you're working with as well, and I saw that on social media, and I thought that was a surprising one because he got a fighter here who's a really talented fighter, and maybe you guys will be working together going forward. I don't know the dynamics of that relationship, but he is an exciting prospect.
Yeah, listen, Jason, big shout out to you, bro. He's a super dynamic young kid. He's huge for a 24, 25-year-old. And he's got a super cool style. I think he fits into the Apex brand pretty well because he switch hits. He moves a lot. One of the days he trained here, he stayed behind and watched sparring, and he watched Boyd, and he was like in love with it, bro. He was like, whoa. So I think having him here, hopefully a little bit more frequently, will better his skill set, make him. He's already dynamic, but hopefully we can keep adding. You know me, bro. I enjoy adding to people's games, taking their game and elevating it. I don't need to change his style. He's good the way he is. And he's also been a really great help for young prospect Leo. Him and Leo have gotten in some good rounds, and I'm really grateful for the work he's giving us, bro. He's one of the toughest spars that Leo has, and I think having him around and he's also always willing to help. Like, he came to Brian Mitchell one day when Leo was sparring, and he wasn't sparring, and he was giving Leo advice, which I think is awesome, bro. He really is a passionate guy, and he loves the sport. And from what it seems, we know each other fairly well, but we're not like best friends. But hopefully the relationship will grow, and I'd like to see him grow. He's a really down-to-earth guy. He loves the sport. It seems that this is all he really cares about, and I hope he makes it far, bro. He deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I've watched him as well, just going in leaps and bounds, and his knockout record probably could be better on a record, but I mean, he has come up against stiff opposition as well. 100%. Leo mentioned in an interview, he said that he's a bit of a chameleon, but I know that you're also a bit of a chameleon. The one day I was training and you're like, I can give you Shannon pads, I can give you pussy pads, I can give you whatever you need. And, you're highly adaptable. And I think having worked with all these different athletes, is that what's also helped you?
Yeah, I think, bro, to be honest with you, I'm grateful for every athlete I've worked with, bro. From X to Lorato to Kat to Leo, Rourke, guys like Darren, like just Boyd, Luke, the list can go on, bro. Martin van Staden, getting to get all these different looks and understanding people's games and really having to understand the game before you try to add to it and not trying to take away from it, I think has forced me to really try be adaptable and try incorporate my own brain into other people's skill sets. And yeah, bro, working with, over the past 2 years, some of, I'd like to think, the most elite athletes or the most elite combat athletes in South Africa has been a blessing, bro. I'm blessed to be in this space. We've got a new gym, newly renovated. So it's, yeah, bro, things are growing, things are moving up, and I think last year, this time, we did our first interview and we said hopefully in a year things will be better, and things are on the up, bro. I've got a young prospect that I see every day. This is my dream, to have like a Rocky Balboa style kid 6 days a week. He comes to me for everything, meal advice, strength and conditioning advice. We see each other 6 days a week for boxing. He sees me on the weekend. I take him for haircuts. We have lunch together. He comes to my family's house. He's friends with my sister. He runs with my sisters. So it's really become like an awesome family dynamic, and I look forward to growing with him. We've become a unit, a good team. We've got Kevin Arena on board. He's mentoring both of us, which is really awesome. Leo obviously from a fighting side, and me from a more managerial and coaching side, and having arguably the best boxer to ever come out of South Africa, especially in terms of just the network that he holds and the opportunities that he can give us. and show us, mentor us through, and help us navigate our journey in hopefully what will be a special career. I think having him next to us on our team is going to be awesome.
Yeah, you mentioned you got a young kid that's developed through the ranks. You've also developed a lot. The first interview, let's go back to that one. You only had Knapp at that stage, and we were sitting here talking about a dream that you had. What you wanted to do in like 5 years. Kind of you getting there like really fast. I mean, if we calculate a year forward, all the athletes that you worked with, did you ever think it would be this quick?
No, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I didn't. I think I just. In saying this, I'm grateful because without Boyd, without Luke, without Clocks, without everyone here, without Shannon, without Chris Thompson, shout out my boy Chris Thompson, also have a fight soon. These guys all really gave me a platform to be who I am, and they never tried to limit me. They never tried to say, hey bro, you should try to do this, you should try to do this. They've really given me the freedom to work in my own parameters and work at my own pace, whether that's extremely fast or slow. It's been a little bit fast, but to have all these athletes come in through these doors and see Apex, and we are now, as Apex, we are recognized as an elite boxing facility. And I think in the beginning, when I first got here, that it kind of faded away, and I think inherently the goal was to bring that back, and I'd like to think that I've added to bringing that back. I don't want to say I'm the center point of it, because there's a lot of talent here. As a coach, there's myself, there's Shannon, and there's Oscar. And as athletes, I can't even list all of them, bro. We've got such amazing young talent here, and I'm just proud to be a part of it all.
Well, definitely played a major role. I mean, I've seen the difference you're making, most certainly. And then obviously the renovations to the gym as well. You're not going to see it all in this video, but there is even around the corner there.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's exciting. It's an exciting project that you guys worked on, and thank goodness the ring is back up and you guys are doing sparring. Hishaam, just lastly from you, do you want to send any thank yous, any shout outs to anybody?
Lots of shout outs, bro. First, I want to shout out my family. Oftentimes, when the spotlight's on the boxer and the coach gets a little bit of recognition, often the people behind the scenes don't really get as much credit. So my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, they've really supported me through this journey, and as I found more success, they've really invested themselves in me. As much as this isn't something violence isn't something my family really enjoys or stands for. My dad's even started coming to watch boxing. My dad came to the gym the other day to watch Leo spar, which has been really special for me. I think this has always been like a really strange choice of career path, especially for a young kid with an education, to come here and be a little bit primitive. It's an interesting choice, but I'd like to thank my family for supporting me. Shout out Boyd Allen, shout out Craig Tuntas, heads of Apex, shout out everyone that works here, entire staff group and family and community that surrounds us kind of helps us thrive. Shout out Leo Careri, it's like my pride and joy, and I hope to watch him grow as time goes on. And shout out SA Boxing Talk, brother. You give us the platform to be seen and to be able to, or you give us a voice, bro. And there's no one in South Africa that does that. Again, thank you, Aiden.
Thank you very much, and I'll just keep seeing you growing, eh?
Hopefully, bro. I hope to see you grow too. Enjoy the next trip to Japan, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Shot, bro.